All right, we will roll right into our next availability here. We are joined by Bubba Wallace, driver of the number 23 McDonald's Toyota. We will go straight to media questions, and I see a waving Lee Spencer all the way in the back of the room.
Can only imagine what today's going to be asked about.
Sorry. Well, I'm going to beg off Lee Spencer, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio and CatchFence.com. I'm going to beg off the who, what, where, when part of that. But what I will ask is, were you relieved because of where you are in the points when you found out that the points would not count to putting another person ahead of you jumping in line in the playoffs?
Yes. I mean, it definitely helped us out. We're still only in by 3. But so now it's still 4 of us, still 4 spots now instead of 3. So definitely a relief there. But still, I mean, it's going to be a dogfight. I said that after the race. It's going to be a dogfight for the next 3 weeks. So still not safe, but there's an extra spot open now.
We go Dustin, then Jeff Gluck, Bob Pockers.
Dustin Albino, J-Ski. Bubba, you do have the 3rd best average finish over the last 5 races. What do you feel like's led to that consistency with the 23 team?
How many races was Pocono? 3? So I can't say the penalty helped me out there. It was before then. I think just taking a step back, taking a deep breath, and driving through the problems, accepting, if it's not your day, just handle it. And then when it's not your day, it's not that bad of a day. But when it's a good day, we're executing on those days as well. So we've shown up with a lot of speed the last 5 weeks. We've shown up with our heads in the game, and we've been close a couple times. So that's, you got to keep, I said it at the beginning of the year, you got to keep putting your name in the hat, and we went for a long time not even having the right size hat on. So definitely, just showing up and being in the game from start of practice to the end of the race, which is so hard to do. Every weekend, that's our main goal, is to just be in the game, and you don't know when you're not in it until the green flag falls, and it could be stage 1 or stage 2 or the last stage. You never know. So you just got to fight so hard. And with today's car and how the races play out, it's so damn hard. You have one mistake, then you're killed. Passing's nearly impossible. So you want to maintain track position as best as you can. And I've done a lot of things to give up track position. We haven't executed to keep track position. So I think now we've been vibing, we've been gelling, and we've been moving the needle. And I always say this: you can never get complacent. Doesn't matter how good your last 5 was. Doesn't mean your next 5 is going to be the same. So it's a new set of downs. It's a new week, and it all starts today, 12:30.
Jeff.
Are you comfortable knowing where the line is in terms of what you can and can't do at the end of these races? And I guess if there hadn't been this line drawn or whatever it is, how would the rest of the season or the future played out in terms of people, trying things to get a win?
Yeah, I mean, I think just growing up, right? It takes me back to the summer shootout. And Post is back there. Post knows how many fights I've been in and whatnot when I was a kid, and wrecking people. And you eventually learn from that and know that that's not right. And then you try to turn over a clean slate, and you try to race with a lot of respect. And I know Homeboy's probably tired of getting talked about, but I got wrecked twice in 2 weeks by him in Legend Cars. And I told him, hey man, we don't race like that. Like, I know I haven't been here in 5 years, but we don't do that. And he's like, no, the whole field does that, so learn how to do it. And I'm like, holy shit, that's not the right answer. And then you see stuff like that on Sundays. It's like, y'all do it there, and it's like, yeah, you got a point. But if I knew where I was at 4th or 5th, And, my emotions coming off a 2, coming to the checkered, I was like, he may get him, but thank God Joey's leading, okay? Thinking about points here, cool, Joey's leading. Don't know if he's safe. Oh, shit, he hit him. Oh, he spun him. Okay, sweet, then he's going to win. Wow. That's where we are. That was my range of emotions. And, at the bottom line, I think you grow up racing, going through your wrecks, finally stop wrecking, start winning, start running competitive and with respect. And I said it after the race. People are going to say, what does Bubba Wallace have to say anything about respect? And they're going to bring up shit from 2 years ago because they live in the past. But, when you feel like you're wronged in the sport and it's so hard, you fight your ass off each and every lap, every minute, every hour of the race, and someone just feels like they don't respect it, you retaliate. The officials upstairs will say every incident is different. No, it's not. It's retaliation. That is all it is. It is retaliation. You feel like you're wronged, and it's a knee-jerk reaction. I'm not saying that is right. That's just what happens. Something is ripped away from you, so you're going to rip it away from them. Like, you want to fight like that? Okay, then here we go. And so it comes down to retaliation. And I don't know. I didn't read the article, but Denny's hit was the hardest hit in the next gen car. Is that correct? I'm sorry? Okay. Okay. Damn, I had some ammo for that then. Never mind. Anyways, next question. But yeah, that's what it is. But from those moments, you mature and you grow and you know where the line is. For me, would I have made that move? I would have tried my hardest to get to the 22 without spinning him. But then that was it. That's it. I lost. Throw in the towel. That's it.
Bob?
Bob Hawkers, Fox Sports. You got suspended for retaliation. Hook, did you feel like a suspension was warranted here?
Retaliation's retaliation. So if we're going to set the line there, then yeah. But this was, it. Right. So myself and Chase were middle of the race, and so this one was different in the same category as retaliation. So I think not being a playoff eligible win, we go through the points and the money stuff. It's somewhat nets out the same, kinda.
Jerry.
Jerry Jordan kicking the tire, setting at a couple. Are you okay with NASCAR now? How was this process started because of the desire to whatever you have to do to make the playoffs?
It starts at Daytona Media Day. What will you do to win a race?
And whose fault is that?
The system's fault. All right, they created this, the system to where you put it all on the line, but at the same time, we always say, "Will you wreck your mother to win?" Of course, yeah. No, you wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. It's you do everything in your power under the respectful line to win the race. Now, people want to relate Logano and Truex at Martinsville the same as what happened at Richmond. Who are these people? Like, he moved him out of the way, knocked him up the groove, and they drag raced to the line. Yeah, he may have plowed him, but he didn't spin him out and wreck him and didn't give him a chance to finish. Homeboy finished second. Where Truex messed up, they shouldn't let him get to his back bumper. Kept him on the outside. So it's nuts how we can relate this to that, to that, to this, and it's, I don't know. You just have to remember where you came from and what it took to get here and all the things you had to go through and earn the respect of of each other. I remember just getting to the cup level or getting to the truck level, right? And you were raced harder because you're a rookie, and then things change. You start to gain the respect of your peers. You move up to Xfinity, the cycle resets, and then you get to Cup, and it resets again. And you have to earn and respect your way in the Cup level, because at the end of the day, it's a self-policing field. And so if the officials don't take care of you, we know how to take care of you.
Second, is there enough time in 350 feet from when he spins Joey,
Okay.
obviously deliberate, we know that, to calculate taking out Denny? Or is that a victim of circumstances because Denny was normal line, goes up the track, and they make contact? 350 feet. I GPSed it on mapping.
It's pretty good.
So is there enough time for you to process
Bob, he
that?
beat you at your own game.
Love that.
So it's all right. You can never walk in somebody else's shoes and relive that moment. But I would assume he went in there and hit him, and obviously he checked up to figure out where he was going, and then his spotter is just screaming at him to hook him and wreck him. So it's like you almost forgot about the 11. You were out there on an island. You're like, okay, I got him out of the way. Oh shit, I messed up. And take out the 22 or the 11. So I think it's a little bit of knowing where your surroundings are, forgetting about the car behind, and then reacting to that. So I think, yeah, it's possible.
Roy?
Bubba, I'm Roy Akers, Skyview Sports. As much as I love this conversation vein, between you running well at this race, and I consider both Daytona and Darlington intangible races, they're Bubba Wallace races. Do you feel really good that you run well, keep ahead of the other guys? Do you feel like you've got a good mojo going into these last three races?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the last 5 races I had the top 3 average finish, so definitely the mojo's there. But I've said it in the past, Chase said it the best a few years ago: past success doesn't breed future success. So it's a new opportunity. It is nice to know that we're not heading into 3 road course races. Although I'm enjoying the time on road courses. It is nice to know that there's 3 good tracks coming up. So that only helps the vibe, only helps the momentum for us. But it does not slow up the work process. The workload just gets heavier for us. And we got enough great people on this team to dig all through it and try to conquer it.
We'll wrap up with Chris Knight.
Chris Knight, catchfans.com. Bubba, kind of following up on Roy's question. 2 years ago, you had a really good weekend here at Michigan International Speedway. Got the pole, led laps, finished second. What's your overview of Michigan as a whole, and do you feel like that you can have another successful weekend this weekend?
I hope so. I remember that day vividly. I remember the car, how it drove, the temperature outside, everything about it. And so hoping to replicate that. That would be awesome. One spot better. Know what I did on the final restart to give the win away. But yeah, it's a great day. It's a good start to the day. Sorry, I overslept a little bit. I'm trying to catch up on the baby sleep, the pre-baby sleep. But it's a good day. It's hopefully shaping up to be a good weekend. But we've worked hard. We've always circled this place as a place where we want to show up and dominate. Last year we did not do that. 2 years ago we were close. So it's time to reset the downs and go do it again today and tomorrow.
All right. Thanks for your time. Good
Cool.
luck.
Thanks, guys.